You can literally wake up and decide, I'm done being who I've been. I'm done being lazy, late, sad, negative, demotivated, victim mindset. You don't need a new year. You don't need a rock bottom. Stop waiting for a big enough reason or motivation. Your better self is literally around the corner, guys. People underestimate how much you can change in just 30 days. You do not need a lot of money. What you need is consistency, because the girls that look effortlessly good are the ones that have nailed creating useful habits and sticking to them. If you're sticking to the things that you have set for yourself and you're doing them consistently and repeatedly and daily and weekly, then there's no reason you can't reach your hotter, confident, and improved version of yourself. So this is the exact 30-day plan that I would follow if I wanted to be completely unrecognizable by summer 2026. So take out your notebooks, diaries, calendars, and let's go through these step-by-step ways to become your most confident, attractive, and high-energy version of ourselves. So first things first, chapter 1, mental reset. Half of the work is in the mind. You think you start glowing up because you start going to the gym? No. Because to even decide to go to the gym, you need to have intention, which is a mental change. You need to have discipline, a mental change. You need to have determination, also mental. All of this comes before you start taking action to change. And those are also the reasons you're willing to repeat an action over and over again, even through discomfort, because you are ready to elevate yourself, to become the next best version. The moment you're going to start seeing visible change is the moment you decide to become the person who takes care of themselves. Naturally, your plans, your habits, your hobbies, your actions will all start to align to this philosophy, to this mindset. That's what I mean when I say half of the work is in the mind. Step 1, we bin that lazy, demotivated victim mindset. Who is she? We don't know her anymore. She's the girl who doesn't do what she says she was gonna do. She's the girl who cancels plans last minute because she doubts her abilities to make them. She plays sad music and cries because she thinks that will make her feel better rather than taking necessary vitamins and walking in fresh air. We no longer associate with her, okay? Once you decide that you're done with your older habits, is the only place from where we can start building your better version. Because motivation will never come when you wait for it. It's in the repeated action that motivation is found. So for the next 30 days, we're focusing on rebuilding our bodies, we're improving our skin and our hair, we're fixing our energy levels, and most importantly, we are increasing our confidence, which is the foundation of all of the above. And the only way any of this will actually last is through routines, because routines is what makes habits more automated. So instead of trying to change our entire lives overnight, we're going to break it down into daily and weekly habits and a few non-negotiables that will completely change how we feel about ourselves after 30 days. So for our body transformation, let's start off with weekly habits. We are going to the gym 5 times a week for 30 days. That gives us 22 workouts in 1 month, which is just enough to see visible change by the summer. It might sound insane, but guys, we have our 30-day aim, so we gotta push through, okay? To my 9-to-5 girlies that are working remote, I don't wanna hear a blip of complaint. You have the freedom and the flexibility to go on your lunch break and eat lunch afterwards or before, or go early in the morning. I'm one of you anyway, but for my office girlies, you're gonna have to utilize your mornings and evenings and weekends, my lovelies. It is tougher. Here is how I would structure it out. I like to keep Fridays and Saturdays free since it's likely that you'll have parties, gatherings, social outings on those days, but of course feel free to change it up based on your personal commitments. Also, just a small tip, but don't train every session to complete exhaustion, because you're gonna get very tired very quickly, but you're not necessarily gonna create more muscle growth for yourself. So train hard, but not to the point where your performance drops later in the workout. Right, and for our daily habits is posture check alarms, because we might not always remember to fix our postures up. It's actually quite difficult to remember when your normal pose is now slouched, parabola forms. So if you can't remember yourself, you got to delegate to something that will remind you. Because when I see someone dressed incredibly well, but they're very slouched, it ruins the fit. You might as well put those clothes on a hanger, they'll wrinkle less. Also, what you can do is buy a back brace and wear this under your clothes or during the weekend, or if you're working from home, super easy. So on beauty, I think that every glow up routine needs one reset day. For me, those are Fridays. I call them face mask Fridays because that's when I do my face mask. I do them once a week on Fridays because it's got ring to it. I remember them, and I just love to reset one day before the weekend and just set the tone for it, because the weekend's where I feel my most free, feminine, fun self. Oh my God, that alliteration though. And that's where I go out most. That's where I meet up with people. So I want to feel that extra bit of glow, care, love, femininity. Just while we're on this whole face mask beauty topic, just remember that each face mask has its own focus. Whether you have dark spots, fine lines, dry skin, find the right face mask for your skin's needs. And you do not need a 15-step skincare routine. Most glow ups actually happen through consistency of even the most basic products. Mine are just 2 to 3 products that I use myself. Now I have like quite sensitive skin. I think that is what works best for that kind of skin type. Number 2, weekly hair masks. It leaves the hair smelling incredible. I use this Aussie product, but I think any good hair mask will work wonders. And I like to do mine on Wednesdays because those are my cardio days where a longer shower is anyways needed. Right, number 3, a scalp wash once per week. Double shampooing literally changed my life, especially living in London where the water is literally liquid chalk. Okay, I don't know what that water is made out of. Calcium, magnesium, all the minerals that are out there that you can only find in the furthest of waterfalls in Antarctica. I don't really know what I just said. First wash removes the initial like dirt and oil, and then the second one is what really cleans everything, like the roots, the scalp, and makes your hair smell really good for a longer time. Number 4, heatless curls. My lovelies, let's work on undoing any heat damage to our hair so that by the end of the month we have fresh, healthy, thicker looking hair. And these are actually the results of using it for just 30-40 minutes, and it's been like an hour now. Number 5, weekly nail care. But if you want affordable manicures, I would definitely recommend learning to do them yourself at home. It is definitely the cheapest, fastest, most affordable way to do them. And to be honest, it's a lot more productive to do your own nails because it takes so long to get your nails done at a salon. Going there, sitting there, coming back, yeah, maybe it looks more professional, but if you have the time and the effort and energy to learn how to do like good manicure yourself, then why not give that a go? It's honestly so enjoyable and therapeutic. I love to just play a movie or a podcast while I do mine, and it takes probably a fraction of the time that it takes professionally. Just think that throughout your glow up journey, having nicely cared for nails just makes you feel and move a little different. For me personally, I just feel a lot more feminine, a lot more like sassy, but in a nice way, you know what I mean? Like I get my shit done on time, I'm productive, I'm in this office corporate girl era vibe. Number 6, clean your brushes weekly. Make it a habit, make it a weekly thing because it will affect your skin, guys. Let's prevent breakouts where they are preventable. Yeah, change up your towels, change up your pillowcase, clean your brushes, all those things that touch your skin. Just think twice before using it, or, you know, remind yourself to change these things. Right, for daily habits, we've got lashes. Some of us aren't born with luscious, thick lashes, so a lash serum helps a lot. The one on screen right now is the one I use. I like it. I haven't really tried any other ones, but this one works for me. I do use it every other night though, and what I also use is a Nivea lip balm when my lashes just need a little bit more moisture instead of a lash serum. Number 2, please, hand cream, body lotion. We don't want no crusty skin or hands. And after every shower, it's the best time to do it because when your skin is damp, it absorbs it the best. Number 3, try to prioritize clip claws over hair ties. It just pulls on your hair less, damages your hair less, and is just worth it for that hair transformation that we're going for. Even on days where you can't be bothered, having clean hair, smooth, moisturized skin, and neat nails still make you look so put together. And after 30 days, you're gonna start seeing less puffiness, more plumpness on your skin, muscles toned, hands looking more feminine, your hair is thicker, you feel so fresh and restored. Chapter 6, energy, high vibrations. I want us to focus on 3 weekly habits that I want us to start doing. Once a week, journal. Journal about anything. It can be reflection. It can be what you did today. It can be how you felt today. It can be what you learned, what you want to do in the future. It could be a letter to your future self. It could be what you're grateful for. There's so many things you can write about. It's just going to ground you. It's going to make you present in the moment. It's going to help you slow down, relax, and try allow your stream of consciousness to flow freely as though it's word vomit. I know that the word is not as pleasing, but it's so therapeutic to meeting up with friends, and not just any friends, but fill that energy with people that don't drain you, friends that inspire you because they're on similar self-development journeys. And number 3, chore days. Assign a day to be your chore day. It can be flexible. It could be different days of the week, but don't dread them. That's the most important thing, because the more we dread, the less we romanticize, the less we're satisfied in that moment. And we're going to try to enjoy every moment that we live, every moment that can be enjoyed. Like, I'm such a big believer on your physical surroundings being a reflection of your mental state. Clean intentionally, slowly, romantically with music or a podcast. Have a checklist and just make sure you do this on days where you do have energy and time. For daily habits, number 1, vitamins. Boosts your energy levels, strengthens the immune system, treats headaches, chronic tiredness. I recommend getting a blood test to know exactly what you're deficient in, or do what I do, which is take the core ones that we are naturally producing less of based on where we live. So I take vitamin D, omega, vitamin C, zinc, B12, and magnesium. Number 2, I want us to stick to daily morning stretches. Just for these 30 days, I want us to feel the change in our bodies. The improvement that we experience not only helps with posture, but blood flow and actively stimulates our lymphatic system. Number 3, complete 1 book. In the next 30 days, I want us to bring alongside us a little friend, a little buddy that we can do this journey with. And I think the best thing is a book. And every day for 15 minutes, read a couple pages and try to choose one that will either excite you, motivate you, inspire you, or surprise you. Number 4, the 3-2-1 rule. Sleep matters so much for high vibrations, good energy the next day. So for best quality of sleep, don't eat 3 hours before bed, don't drink 2 hours before bed, and put your phone down at least 1 hour before bed. Genuinely think that good sleep changes your face more than expensive skincare. Just after 30 days, notice how much more disciplined you become. Notice your energy. Are you feeling more attractive? And most importantly, are you feeling proud of yourself? Nothing can be more important than how you think and feel about yourself. That will be the biggest take that we can gain out of this video. So our confidence chapter is probably the most important chapter. There's no point being objectively attractive of a person if you are not confident, if you don't love yourself, if you don't see the beauty in you. Attractiveness a lot of the time is in our mind. How many times have you experienced finding someone attractive only after getting to know them, or only after hearing them speak or watching them do something? So high confidence levels is what elevates your appearance at the end of the day. The last thing you want is for someone to pity you for the way that you feel about yourself. It's almost better to be disliked for how much you are confident in yourself. So here are some weekly and daily habits that I want us to adopt to boost our confidence levels. So number 1, take photos of yourself. Get to know yourself better. What poses and angles look good on you. Don't just wait for a holiday to then feel the motivation to post and to take photos. Life is not about that. Life is about finding beauty in the smaller moments, in the everyday. Get to know yourself better through a lens if that is what you're interested in. If you do like to take pretty photos and romanticize aesthetics and styles. Number 2, revisit your Pinterest or mood board. Remind yourself of that feeling that you want to achieve. Visualize it more often. Imagine being her until you realize that you have become her. And as for the daily efforts, on days where you have very minimal or no makeup at all, just making sure that your face looks hydrated and glowy will be enough to give that foundational level of physical confidence, which of course trickles down into the internal. Serums or lasting moisturizers will already help you look more healthy, awake, and presentable enough. Number 2, don't worry and just double down on the personality and opinions you have that shape who you are. So many of us dim this to look cooler or more mysterious or more dissociated, but honestly, people just crave connection. People just want to connect with you, and in order to connect with you, they need to know you. You just become a whole lot more interesting when you don't hold back on this. Number 3, wear things that complement your body shape and figure. There is, I'm telling you, a fabric, a color, a pattern, a neckline, a style that suits you. Stop hiding yourself in oversized clothing and start to romanticize the different elements of fashion on yourself, on your body, what suits you, what doesn't. Again, it's part of getting to know yourself. I think a lot of unconfident people just don't really know what they like. They haven't explored themselves enough. And fashion is one of those easy wins that once you know what you like, once you know what looks good on you because you feel good and you have this spring in your step all of a sudden when you're wearing that thing, that can easily do that for you. Lean into the things that suit you through research, observations, trial and error, literally just going into any store and trying a bunch of things in their changing rooms, not necessarily having to buy anything. And you don't need to do any of these things perfectly. Even if you just commit to 70% over the next 30 days, you're gonna feel like a whole different person by the end of the summer. Literally, so much will change about you in the best way possible. Your energy will change, your confidence will change, your habits will change. You're literally gonna ask, who is that girl? But for real, who is that girl? But the thing is, you're gonna love every single aspect of her because you respect her, you've cared for her, and you're impressed by her. This glow up guide is all about becoming the best version of yourself and not trying to be anyone else. So take this as a sign, prioritize yourself for the next 30 days, stick to it, and romanticize your routines. And let's make day 1 start tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see your better versions next time.